राधे राधे।
राधे राधे।
राधे
राधे
राधे।
राधे राधे।
श्रीमद् सदगुरु सरकार की जय।
जय
लाडली लाल की
जय।
जय। गुरुरा राधना दिश्च गुरुः परम दैवतम् गुरोः परतरं नास्ति कृपालु गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर् गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Radhe Radhe everyone. For today's session, I have selected a bhajan from Siddhant Madhuri, number 101. As you know, we are celebrating, this is the 60th year of Prem Ras Madira, and so we want to honor Prem Ras Madira not only today but every day of the year. So Shama Sham Sharan Gahure Man. The words will be projected and I shall be singing. Let's all do Roop Dhyan as we sing. Shama Sham Sharan Gahure Man. Shama Sham Sharan Gahure Man. युगल माधुरी ध्यान धरे उर युगल माधुरी ध्यान धरे उर गाऊं नाम गुण रहु वृंदावन। गाऊं नाम गुण रहु वृंदावन। Shama Sham Sharan Gahure Man. Shama Sham Sharan Gahure Man. सखी भाव संतन अनुगत है। सखी भाव संतन अनुगत है। प्रेम सुधा पीवू लहु जीवन धन। प्रेम निष्काम धाम निष्ठा गही है। निष्काम धाम निष्ठा गही गहावर वन बिचरहु गोवर धन। गहावर वन बिचरहु गोवर धन। गाओ नाम गुण रहु वृंदावन। श्यामा श्याम शरण गहु रे मन। श्यामा श्याम शरण गहु रे मन। भरी भरी अंक लतन आनंद जल। भरी भरी अंक लतन आनंद जल। झर झर झरी लावहु जनु सावन। झर झर झरी लावहु जनु सावन। श्यामा श्याम शरण गहु रे मन। श्यामा श्याम शरण गहु रे मन। इमी कृपालु मदमत रैन दिन। इमी कृपालु मदमत रैन दिन। नित नवरस चाखहु मन भावन। नित नवरस चाखहु मन भावन। श्यामा श्याम शरण गहु रे मन। श्यामा श्याम शरण गहु रे मन। श्यामा श्याम शरण गहु रे मन। बोलिए श्यामा श्याम की जय। श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। $60 ago, Sri Maharaj Ji composed, revealed Prem Ras Madira, which has 1008 most beautiful, divinely beautiful devotional songs that incorporate knowledge with nectar. And the one that I've chosen today, Shama Sham Sharan Gahure Man, belongs to Siddhant Madhuri. There are 21 Madhuris or sections in Prem Ras Madhira, each one giving a different mood and nectar to the devotee. Each one taking the devotee and making the devotee drink a different nectar. Siddhant Madhuri is the nectar of the philosophy. So here we are saying to the mind, the devotee is saying to the mind, Shama Sham Sharan Gahu. Surrender to the lotus feet of Shama and Sham. Surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Radha and Krishna. The mind is being told this, and that is because everything depends on the mind. Devotion is practiced by the mind. Although we take the help of various sense organs as we practice devotion, yet the only one that does devotion, the only one that does anything is our mind. Our senses are rendered completely unable to do anything without the help of the mind. So it is best to tell the mind, listen to this. One may argue the mind is not ears, you have to tell something to the ears, but the ears cannot hear anything by themselves. They cannot understand anything that they're hearing. Ultimately, it's the mind that tells the ears, this is what you're hearing. So straight away we go to the mind and we tell the mind, listen, surrender to Radha and Krishna's lotus feet. What does surrender mean? In brief, surrender means, when it comes to surrendering the Guru, it means loving and obeying the instructions of the Guru. When it comes to surrendering to God, it means loving God and serving God selflessly. So love God, love Sri Radha and Krishna. Yugal Madhuri, the sweetness of both Radha and Krishna, Yugal Sarkar, both Radha and Krishna. Keep that in your mind. Gau Naam Gun Rahu Vrindavan. Chant the names of Sri Radha Krishna and live in Vrindavan. Live in the holy abode of Vrindavan. Again, it's the mind that's being told to live in Vrindavan. We don't need to live there physically if we are unable to do so. Sri Maharaj Ji used to say, you should not even physically go to Vrindavan until you come to a point that you love Vrindavan so much and you understand the importance of Vrindavan to such an extent that when you go there physically, you lose consciousness even before entering Vrindavan, understanding the divinity of that holy land. Until then, we must go to Vrindavan in our mind. We must mentally go there and try to understand and appreciate its importance and its greatness. It is its divinity. If we don't go to Vrindavan mentally and we just show up one day as we show up in Delhi or Calcutta or Mumbai, then we are just tourists and we'll see many things wrong with Vrindavan. So, oh my mind, live in Vrindavan. Dwell in Vrindavan. Do Roop Dhyan of Sri Radha and Krishna. Do Roop Dhyan of Yamuna Ji that flows in Vrindavan. Do Roop Dhyan of Seva Kunj, where the Maharaj took place. Do the Roop Dhyan of the gopis going about their daily chores, going to the Yamuna Ji and fetching water for daily consumption and daily usage. Look at the gopis in your mind, each one balancing 2 or 3 pots of water on her head. Do the Roop Dhyan of Vrindavan, where you see Sri Krishna walking and playing and performing his sweetest pastimes, his leelas. That is what's meant by Rahu Vrindavan, live in Vrindavan. Sakhi bhav santan anugat hai, prem sudha pivu lahu jivan dhan. Sakhi bhav santan anugat. Surrender to a saint who is a Madhurya Bhav saint, who is in Sakhi Bhav, one who loves Sri Krishna as the Sakhi, as the gopis love him. He is a saint who is at the highest level. He is the highest saint, the greatest of all saints. He is a Rasik saint. Surrender to him. From him you will receive prem, sudha. You will receive the nectar of divine love from such a saint. And in doing so, you will receive the greatest treasure of your life. The sweetness of Sri Radha and Krishna, it flows in the lanes of Vrindavan. But we don't have access to it. We don't know of it. We don't know how to get it until a Rasik saint comes into our lives and we accept him as our Guru. And then by surrendering to him, by trusting him, by obeying his instructions, and that is the greatest seva. Agya samnasu sahib seva. We talk about seva. What is seva? Serving Guru. To serve the Guru means to obey his instructions. That's it. Just do as he says. So by surrendering to such a saint, we receive the greatest treasure, the most precious treasure of life, which is the nectar of divine love, love of Sri Radha and Krishna. Let's talk a little bit about surrender, because surrender, the word surrender can be misinterpreted. We say to Bhagwan Sri Krishna, I surrender to you. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. I surrender to you. You are my one and only shelter. Or we may perform certain ceremony and say, look, by performing this ritual, this very fancy ceremony, and reciting Sanskrit verses, I am surrendering to you. But surrender has to be with the mind. It is the mind that has to surrender. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is telling Arjun, a confused Arjun, a bewildered Arjun, what he should do. And Arjun says, I am fully surrendered to you. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. I am a prapanna disciple of yours. There are 2 kinds of disciples. One is Panna, the other is Prapanna. Panna means one who says, I am surrendering to you, Guruji, and then he does otherwise. And yet, Arjun says, I am not one of those. I am Prapanna. I am offering you my mind and my intellect. Just tell me what to do and I shall do it. But then, when Shri Krishna says, go ahead and fight the battle, but think of me all the time, Arjun says, but excuse me. He uses the word, but however, if I fight the battle, it doesn't make sense to me because I don't want any treasures. I don't want kingdom. I don't want to kill my own people, my own relatives, my own teachers. So he's not surrendering. He says he's surrendering, but he's not. Ultimately, Arjun surrenders. When Shri Krishna explains everything, of course, Shri Krishna explains everything for our sake, not for Arjun's sake, because Arjun is already divine and this is Leela. But just so that we understand that surrendering doesn't mean that we say that we're surrendered, or we perform some rituals and ceremonies and say, I am surrendering. But it means that we give our heart to Him, we give our mind to Him. We don't have any doubts about what He says, what He does, and we just obey Him. When the Guru says jump, the fully surrendered disciple doesn't ask why. If he wants to ask something, he says, how high? So total trust. So trust that Rasik Saint, trust that Guru, and he will give you something that you cannot receive by your own efforts, even in uncountable lifetimes. He will give you the greatest treasure of life, and that is the nectar of divine love of Sri Radha and Krishna. Next, Sri Maharaji says, Hwai nishkam dham nishtha gahi, gahvar van vichrahu govardhan. In your mind, go to Gahvar Van. Gahvar Van are the woods, that's the name of the woods adjacent to the palace of Mother Kirti and Vrishabhanu. And Radharani in her childhood, she would go there with her little sakhis, little friends, and they would play hide and seek, and they would play catch, and they would play so many games in these woods. And as she got older, she would meet Thakurji there, she would meet her beloved Krishna there, along with her sakhis who have also grown up with her. So go to Gahvar Van. It was in Gahvar Van that Radharani, once when she was playing with her little friends, her sakhis, the little gopis, that Naradji appeared to take darshan. And Naradji just appeared out of nowhere. And these little girls became very afraid. And Radharani tells her mother this when she comes home, Maiya, something very strange happened today. There was a Babaji who was holding a veena in his hand, and he came there, he just came out of nowhere. And when I saw him, I just stepped back a little bit. I was so surprised, and I was afraid also. And when I stepped back a little bit, he bent down and took a little dirt from where I had been standing, and he put it in his mouth. Ooh, well, yeah, that's so strange, isn't it? And Mother Kirti understands that this was Sage Narad, the way she is describing him. She understands, oh, Sage Narad came. It's your greatest fortune, Lali. But little Radha doesn't understand any of that. She keeps saying, he was such a strange man. Maya, he went around me. I was just standing there, rooted to the spot, because I didn't know where he had come from. And he went around me, and he kept on saying, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Naradji was doing pradakshina. He was circumambulating Radharani, which is something very auspicious. And Radharani is saying, why did that strange man do that? And Maya, how in the world did he get to know my name? How did he get to know my name? I don't understand. And he was so strange. And Maya, I just couldn't move from the spot. But Lalita went up to him and said, Babaji, what is your name? Aapka naam kya hai? And he just started laughing like a madman, and he went away from there. Maya, I came home running to tell you all this. Don't you think he's strange? And Maya is saying, don't say that. Don't say that. He's very, very great. He's a great sage. Oh, Maya, I think something's wrong with him. Why did he do all these strange things? That happened in Gahvar Van, and Sri Maharaji has told us of this, again from Prem Ras Madira, from Sri Radharani's childhood pastimes, one of those lovely pastimes. So Gahvar Van, and Sri Maharaji took us there I have been there once with Sri Maharaji. I'm sure Maharaji took devotees on other occasions, but it was an unforgettable occasion. Sri Maharaji under a tree, and we were all sitting at Sri Maharaji's lotus feet, and Maharaji was distributing prasad, and we're all enjoying the prasad. And a monkey came and took his prasad as well. And Maharaji laughed, and the monkey climbed the top of the tree, and then he started throwing the prasad down. It was like blessing us with that prasad. And then a group of women, Brajbasis, they just passed by. They were singing some Braj song, and they had the pots of water on their, I suppose they were pots of water, but they were balancing those earthen pots on their head. And it was a magical moment. It was a divine scene that was unfolding before our eyes. And I thought, is this really happening? These ladies, these gopis are going by, and Maharaji is sitting there, and they kept looking towards Maharaji. So that is Gahvarvan, the woods adjacent to Radharani's palace. And go to Gahvarvan, oh my mind, and go to Govardhan, where Kanhaiya lifted the mountain, the Govardhan hill. Think about those pastimes. Think about the pastimes he has performed there. Think about the sweetness of these places. And meditate on the divinity of these places. And Nishkam. You must remain Nishkam. You must remain selfless and have tremendous amount of nishtha, have tremendous amount of faith in these holy places, and make sure that you are selfless. You have selfless feelings of love towards Radha and Krishna. Bhari bhari ank latan anand jal jhar jhar jhari lavahu janu savan. Embrace the vines and creepers growing in Govardhan. Embrace them and shed tears of love, so that it seems like it's the rainy season. Rain is pouring down from your eyes. Your eyes are shedding tears. It's like the rainy season has come. Savan has come. The Anand Jal, tears of bliss, should be falling from your eyes, because you are doing Roop Dhyan of Sri Radha and Krishna, and the so many different pastimes they have performed there. Sri Maharaji has emphasized selflessness in devotion. Do not ask God and Guru for anything. Concentrate on how much you can serve them, and then serve them, and serve them some more. Keep on serving, because that is your privilege. And do not expect anything in return. Sri Maharaji has emphasized also Ananyata, love one form of God, and be surrendered to one Guru, all the while respecting all other Gurus and all other forms of God. And another thing Maharaji has, so many things, he has so many concepts he has emphasized, and one of them is shedding of tears. So there should be so many tears that you are shedding that it seems like the rainy season has come. In a devotee's life, there should always be the rainy season. Whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall, it's a rainy season for the devotee, because tears should be shed, profuse tears should be shed. I'll remind you of the devotee who lived 500 years ago, a devotee of Gauranga Mahaprabhu who could not cry, and he took such drastic measures to make himself cry. He put chilies in both his eyes, and in this way he started to cry, because he was desperate to shed tears. His Guru was saying every day, Gauranga Mahaprabhu was saying, you must shed tears, you must shed tears. If you're not crying for God, you haven't really started to practice devotion. It's not that you shed tears when you become an advanced devotee. You must shed tears right from the beginning. And every day the devotee would feel really badly, he would feel so guilty and so terrible, and then he decided to punish himself. He said, I shall put chilies in my eyes. And that's what he did. When Gauranga Mahaprabhu found out through someone who lodged a complaint against this devotee, Sri Maharaji said to this devotee, there's nothing wrong with what you have done. What you have done is something which most people cannot do. You have truly understood the importance of crying for Sri Krishna. And so I guarantee you, my son, that you will not have to use chilies for very much longer. There will be Ganga and Yamuna flowing from your eyes, simply because you have understood the meaning, the importance of crying. Sri Maharaji himself shed so many tears for Radha and Krishna. We would see him, Sri Maharaji would be singing from Prema's Madhira, and he could not sing without his voice breaking. His voice would break and he would cry, and he would go into a state of bhav, divine ecstasy. That's when you could see the hidden love that he had within, and that he would hide from all of us, he would hide from the world. But there were times when he could no longer conceal that love, and that love came out of him, gushing out of him. And it was a sight to behold. It was a sight to behold. And Sri Maharaji he would be shedding tears, and he would start singing and dancing as if there were no bones in his body. It was a divine sight, most divine sight to behold. Tears, when they're shed for God and Guru, they purify our heart. When those tears are shed for the world, they defile the mind and heart even more. They make our heart even more impure, but they purify the heart if those tears are dedicated to God and Guru. When we shed tears of love for Sri Krishna, when we say, "O Thakurji, O Shyam Sundar, when will you come? When will you give me darshan? When will I be able to behold your divine darshan? When will I be able to serve you directly?" When we become desperate to see him and to serve him directly, then out of desperation, those tears come and they purify our heart. They destroy sins that we have been committing since beginningless time. The tears are the most important part of devotional practice. So Sri Maharaji says, "Jhar jhar jhari lavahu janu savan. Imi kripalu madhumat ran din." Sri Maharaji says, in this way, you'll remain intoxicated with love for Sri Radha and Krishna, night and day and night. Nit nava rasa chakhahu manubhavan, and taste ever new nectar of Radha and Krishna. Radha and Krishna, everything about them is unlimited, as you know. Their beauty is unlimited, their grace is unlimited, their pastimes are unlimited. The sweetness they give to the devotee is unlimited. We are accustomed to having everything in its limited amount. Something that comes to us in the beginning gives us great happiness, and then that happiness starts dwindling. It starts going down, further and further down, until it disappears altogether. Here Sri Maharaji reminds us that the sweetness of Radha and Krishna is unlimited. There's no end. There's no decrease in it, and certainly there's no end to it. It just keeps on increasing moment by moment. In our private moments, we think, really, there's something that happiness keeps increasing every moment. And our logical mind, our very, very feeble mind, material mind, cannot understand how this can be. And we cannot understand. All we need to do is to accept that, yes, there is this nectar of Sri Radha and Krishna, and that nectar is unlimited. It never goes down. It's just pratikshanam vardhamanam. It increases with every moment that passes. And Radha and Krishna's beauty is something that never fades away. It increases with every passing moment. The love that you feel for them increases with every passing moment. So Shri Maharaj Ji says, remain intoxicated with that love, with that nectar, and that nectar will be ever new. It will keep on growing, it will keep on increasing for all eternity. Pay yame puno nahi. There is no completion in this because it keeps on growing, it keeps on increasing. There is no stoppage. And the moon goes through various phases, and then there's Purnima, there's a full moon, and then it starts to decrease. This is not like that. It keeps on increasing, and it never stops increasing. That is what you have. That is what is available to you, O my mind. But to get there, you must surrender to the lotus feet of Shama and Sham. Shama Sham Sharan Gahu Re Man. बोलिए श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय. प्रेम रस मदिरा ग्रंथ की जय. लाडली लाल की जय. So if there are any questions, please feel free to ask. We will do a little, I'll guide you into a meditation. We'll do a little Roop Dhyan. And then if you have any questions, you can ask. If you don't have questions, we'll do Sankirtan. Please close your eyes. Visualize yourself in Gahvarvan. You are in the divine village Barsana, and you are in the woods that are playground for Radharani and her Sakhis. You are a friend, you are a Sakhi of Radharani. And you've come here with your other Sakhis, and all are guided by, led by little Radharani, Kishori. You've come to Gahvarvan to play. Let's play hide and seek, says Radharani. And you go first. Now, think that Radharani is blindfolding you. With her soft, soft hands, her divinely soft hands, Radharani is blindfolding you. You are blindfolded. And then you count to 10, then you count to 20, and then you hear the little feet scurrying around, running, rustling of leaves, hushed voices. And now you remove your blindfold and you're going to find out where the little gopis are, and especially you're interested in finding out where Radharani has hidden herself. Oh, there's a Sakhi behind the bushes. You found her out. Okay, Lalita comes out. Now that tree, it's very big. Somebody may be hiding behind it. Go quietly there, and yes, you have found Chitra over there. And then, oh, this is tough. But you're looking, and it seems like Radharani is guiding you, and you go to this corner, and right there, oh yes, she was hiding so well. There's Tungvidya there. And you managed to find all the 8 Mahasakhis. But where is Kishori ji? Where is she? You can't find her. She's nowhere, and everybody's helping you. She's not to be found. And suddenly you hear something. Sadhanau ghairana sangaira labhya suchiradapi. There is no means that you can employ to find God. You don't have the means to find God. Does it mean that I will not be able to find you, Radharani? But yamai vaisha vrinute tena labhyaha. The one who is graced by God attains God. So, oh, grace me, Radharani, I cannot find you by myself. I need your help. It's only with your grace that I can find you. And Radharani just appears in front of you. Where were you? Where were you hiding? And Radharani says something that you'll never forget. Always remember what she said. She says, I was hiding in your heart. That's where I was. You couldn't find me. You had to look inside your heart, and there I was. And you fall at her lotus feet. She reveals her divine divinity unto you. You fall at her lotus feet. You shed tears of love, tears of gratitude, tears of happiness. So grateful for the all-merciful Radharani, who does nothing but give her grace. Radha Rani Maharani ki jai. Shall we do Kirtan for a little bit, or do you have any questions? Radhe 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 Shri Radhe 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 Radhe Shri Radhe Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Shri Radhe 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 राधे मोहि दासी बना दे. Make me, allow me to be a maid servant, a handmaiden to you. मोहि दासी बना दे श्री राधे मोहि दासी बना दे श्री राधे 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 श्री राधे मोहि दीन बना दे श्री राधे मोहि दीन बना दे श्री राधे. Make me humble, O Radha Rani, because only the humble ones receive your grace. मोहि दीन बना दे श्री राधे राधे श्री राधे राधे श्री राधे 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 श्री राधे राधे श्री राधे 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 श्री राधे 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 श्री राधे. तू कृपालु कृपा दे श्री राधे तू कृपालु कृपा दे श्री राधे राधे श्री राधे राधे श्री राधे 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 श्री राधे 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 श्री राधे 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 श्री राधे. तू कृपालु कृपा दे श्री राधे. Shri Maharaj Ji says, O Radha Rani, you are Kripalu, you are merciful. I beg for your mercy. I beg for your grace. I beg your grace. Tu Kripalu, Kripa de Shri Radhe. Tu Kripalu, Kripa de Shri Radhe, 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 Shri Radhe. बोलिए अलबेली सरकार की जय. श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। We'll be meeting in 2026 with the grace of God, and I wish you, in case I don't see you, unless you come here for the retreat that's coming up, I will not be seeing you. So I wish you all happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Meri Radhe Divas, and Happy New Year to all of you until we meet again. So if there's any question, please do raise your hand. If not, then we will conclude.
Maybe I have a question.
Yes, sure.
This is completely out of this context, what we did today. I was saving it for today. So it says that every living, like human animals, vegetables, plants, everything is a living being. How come we cannot eat animals, but we can eat plants? Can you explain?
Yes. So when it comes to, you're absolutely correct. These vegetables, these plants, they all have a soul. But when it comes to the hierarchy, the intellectual level, mental level, the plants and trees are at the bottom of the scale. They're at the bottom. They feel very little pain. They feel very, very little pleasure. And then on top of that, we have higher up the insects. Then we have birds, and we have animals. Then we have humans. So although we are committing an act of violence, yet we are allowed to eat plants and vegetables, because if we did not eat even plants and vegetables, these plants, we would not be able to sustain life. We would not be able to live. And that amount of violence is allowed to us, and that is forgiven to us through the practice of devotion. God forgives us. If we did not eat meat, we would still be able to live on vegetables and fruits and grains. And these, as I said, these are living beings, but they have very minute consciousness, and so we are allowed to consume them because of that. And if we could not survive without eating animals, let's say someone is in a very cold place, there's no vegetation that grows there, then that person would be absolutely allowed to eat flesh of animals, because there's nothing else to eat. But since we do have vegetables and grains and fruits and so on, we are not allowed to consume animals, and that is not allowed. But we could not live without vegetables, so we have this. We have to eat something, so we are allowed this.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. I shall take your leave then. Have wonderful holidays and have lots of satsang. लाडली लाल की जय, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। राधे राधे।
Thank you for a wonderful session, Didi. Thank you.
It was very nice being with all of you.
Happy New Year, Radhe Divas. Happy Bhakti Divas.
Yes, I was thinking of Bhakti Divas, it wasn't coming to me. Happy Bhakti Divas. And happy Meri Radhe Divas to everyone. Radhe Radhe. Nice to see all of you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.